Hello everyone, X Wall Kill Bethelite here. And let's just break down what Jehovah's Witnesses are. Jehovah's Witnesses is a system designed to make social outcasts feel special. That's it. End of video. Jehovah's Witnesses is a system. That's what it is. Designed to make social outcasts feel special. The more of a social outcast you are, the more accepted you are within that religion. The more socially acceptable you are to people outside the religion, the more they look at you as worldly. They use that term. And what people have to understand is that in religion, terms hold a lot of power. Because if Marcus just goes down the street and calls his neighbor worldly, they don't even know what I'm talking about. They're not going to even put any real, weight behind the words, because it's not something I can really explain and it doesn't even make any sense. But in religion, words are powerful because people turn their brains off. You don't have to explain it. All you have to do is state it and bam, they believe it. So calling someone worldly in any other sense would make it would be a compliment. So basically what you mean to tell me is I fit into society. By calling me worldly, you're stating I fit in. But for Jehovah's Witnesses, because it's a religious term, the word worldly is used to denounce or to mean something negative. And all they have to do is just turn their minds off, because it's a religious term, and just believe it's negative, even though it's obviously positive to fit in with the world. The world itself, if you are a part of it, if you fit in, if you're a member of society and everybody likes you, that's a good thing. But for Jehovah's Witnesses, it's a bad thing. Remember, this is a religion designed for a bunch of social outcasts so that they can feel good about themselves and so that they can get revenge on all the people who are not like them, the people who are not a bunch of social outcasts. And they can get revenge by spending every day talking about and thinking about God killing off everybody who is not a member of the cult, killing off everybody who is not an outcast in society. These people really do believe that God particularly loves a group of people who pass out a specific magazine called Watchtower. Now, this Watchtower magazine, this organization that prints the magazine, they don't have to be correct in what they teach. They can get a lot of things wrong. They can even predict falsely the end of the world. They can have to literally create a doctrine called the light getting brighter to explain all the stuff they got wrong. And guess what? God don't care that you got all that stuff wrong. As long as you have Watchtower magazine, he loves you. This is one of the dumbest things anybody has ever said. And there are millions of social outcasts that are holding on tight to this doctrine, right? Because it's the only thing that makes them special, right? There's something wrong with them. There's people out there that don't believe that Jehovah's Witnesses have something wrong with them. And for the young kids, there may not be something wrong with it. They're just raised in it, and half the time they figure it out and they leave, right? But people are complex, right? So there's people who are very good at fixing things, but they're very stupid in other areas. We hear about it on the news all the time. Somebody doing something particularly stupid and they end up getting killed, or they end up getting robbed, or something ends up happening to them. And when you're watching these things on the news, or if you're on YouTube and you're looking at news articles and you're thinking, man, that was stupid, that doesn't mean the person was stupid in every aspect of life. But some people socially are retarded. They're socially retarded, right? They will believe. They're very suggestible. They're mentally like children. Socially, they will believe anything. So you could have a person who is capable of fixing cars, but this person can be a social retard. This person, if somebody comes up to them and says that they have a particular seed, that if you plant it in their backyard, it will grow a beanstalk clear to the heavens, and they can climb it to a magical kingdom, and they can live there forever and ever and ever and be happy, right? There's people who are more prone to believe complete BS than other people. That's Jehovah's Witnesses. That's Jehovah's Witnesses. There's something about their brains, right? There's literally something about their brains where, unlike children believe anything, but when they become adults, it's really hard to get things by them. It's harder to trick them the older they get, right? When they're real young, they might believe in Santa Claus and all kinds of stuff. But as they get older, they figure out, yeah, this is a bunch of BS. Jehovah's Witnesses are particularly a group of people. Their brains never grow up in that aspect. And so they are literally up into their 50s, 60s, they die believing that God he's just so enamored by this Watchtower magazine, right? And he wants everybody out passing out watchtowers and telling everybody to group up in this particular place called a Kingdom Hall, where they've gotten half their teachings wrong and had to change it because it was so badly wrong, right? Remember the generation of 1914 that would never pass away, all that stuff. And guess what? God don't care that they get it wrong. This particular group of people had a problem with pedophiles having sex with little girls and little boys. But guess what? To those people, God don't care that they were getting their teachings wrong and they had a bunch of people having sex with kids. God don't care. He just likes Watchtower, right? This Watchtower. He's behind Watchtower. It don't matter what we do. It don't matter what we teach. It don't matter if we get it wrong. It don't matter if we predict the end of the world. Nothing matters. All that matters is it's Watchtower. As long as it's that magazine, God loves it. God loves the pages. He just sniffs all the pages and he just loves those pages, and he don't care if you have sex with kids because you got a Watchtower. There's people in their 70s that will believe this. They'll say, oh, we're not perfect. Well, if you're not perfect, why do you think God specifically picked you out and feels you're so special that he's going to kill off everybody else and make room on the earth for just you. And then when there's only people of this particular group, the world just becomes a paradise and there's no more problems anymore. Right? If you're not perfect, if you're not special, then why do they think God just loves them? It's because the religion is designed to make outcasts feel special. The world is bad. Society is bad, right? So it's not your fault that you don't fit into society. It's not that you're a social retard. That's not the reason why you don't fit into society. It's because society's worldly. Now, we know the word don't even mean nothing, right? You fit in with the rest of the world because you're a normal person, right? That's bad. If you're a social outcast, you're socially retarded, for you, 1 and 1 don't make 2. For you, the butter has slipped off your biscuit. Well, for you, you fit in to Watchtower. You're socially retarded because God chose you. Doesn't that sound better? Doesn't that make you feel better than just being an outcast to society? To have a religion where society itself is the outcast and all the weird people are God's chosen? Well, that is what Jehovah's Witnesses are. You can say some of them are nice. There's social retards that are extremely nice. You could say that some of them are smart. There's social retards that can put a 500-piece puzzle together, right? But there's just something ain't right about them. You know, they're mentally, they would believe anything anybody told them, right? They're like kids in that aspect. That's Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm telling you, that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are. It's reverse Nazism, right? Where Nazism, they're thinking all these elite people are going to take over the world, but in reality, Nazis all got their ass beat in the war, right? They weren't all that elite then, right? Because they just got all their ass beat. So with Jehovah's Witnesses, they're thinking that, you know, keep in mind, terms in the Bible have power. Terms in the Bible have power to just turn people's minds off. It's hypnotism, right? It's literal hypnotism. If I say something to you and I can make you do it without thinking, I hypnotized you. That's what religion is able to make people do. Religion is able to, I'm able to look you in your eye and tell you that all of society is bad. All the people who don't fit into society, the outcasts, they're good. God loves them. God's going to kill the world and everybody in the world. But all the people that don't fit in, all these social outcasts, he loves them. It's okay that they molest kids. That's okay. Nothing wrong with having sex with kids. Nothing wrong with getting the doctrine wrong however many times. It's okay to get it wrong over and over and over and over again and predict the end of the world. God loves those people. If I can do that to you, then I hypnotized you. Religion has got the ability to do that to people. Religion has got the ability to make the lights go out and you just nod and go along with it. It don't matter how dumb it sounds. That's literal hypnotism. So that's the power with religion. And then if you add to it, these are people who are especially susceptible to suggestion, right? They're especially slow. You can say they're nice, but something ain't right. So those people, they're able to tell them that the world is bad. Everything in the world, society itself is bad, even though they live off society, even though that's how they get their food. That's how we get electricity. That's how we get housing. That's how we have everything that we have. They still say it's bad. And because Watchtower says it's bad, they just believe it. But you have terms in the Bible about the meek inheriting the earth. Well, it's easy for Watchtower to kind of switch that with people who just don't fit in, right? If you just don't fit in, it's easy for them to just say, well, it's because you're meek, right? You're meek, and because you don't fit in and you're slow, you're going to inherit the earth. In Armageddon, God's going to kill all the people who have done so much good, that's built society. They've done all this good. The reason you got food and the reason you're even alive is because of these people. But God's going to kill them all in Armageddon and leave the earth for a bunch of mentally retarded people to just run around free, or mentally slow, or whatever, you feel better with, whatever term you feel better with. That's what the religion is. I'm telling you, that's what it is. It's the more problems you have to where you probably need to see a psychologist, the more you're going to fit in, right? Because the more time you're going to spend, because you're not wanted anywhere else. Don't nobody else want to talk to you. Ain't nobody else banging down your door to come visit, because you're weird. So you fit in with Jehovah's Witnesses. You can spend all day reading Watchtowers because nobody wants you for nothing else. Right? Or you feel especially empowered or special because you've got a title. And you got a whole bunch of slow people that will listen to anything that you tell them. And that just makes you feel good about yourself. That's what it is. Watchtower is making money off the concept that all the social retards need to feel good about themselves. Don't you like feeling good about yourself? I mean, anybody would. So if they can make a system where a whole bunch of social retards, I mean, all they got to do is hold magazines up. You can do that, right? Okay, well, good boy. So now they feel good about themselves, right? Now they get a treat. The treat is we get to call you a ministerial servant. If you're a good boy and you can carry a microphone, well, then we'll give you another treat. We'll call you an elder. And if you can be a good boy and just repeat whatever it is we tell you to say on the stage, just repeat what we tell you, right? Then we'll keep feeding into this feeling of you're doing good, this feeling of you're rewarded, when in reality, you're a fucking idiot. In reality, a 10-year-old could get up on a stage and repeat what they have heard over and over and over and over and over again 1,000,000 times. In reality, a 7-year-old can go out with a magazine and give a presentation because they've practiced it over and over and over and over, and then they've gone to each door and rehearsed it over and over and over again at each door. So Watchtower's got a system where you ain't got to have no skills, you ain't got to be good at anything, but we'll make you feel good. We'll make you feel like God has chosen you because you pass out a Watchtower. Comment down below, let me know what you think, but it is the honest truth. It's the honest truth. I grew up in it, and everybody who was not an outcast, and who fit in at school and had friends. Well, there was a clash with Watchtower. But everybody who was a weirdo and didn't have friends and didn't mind spending all day at the Kingdom Hall because they ain't had no place else to go, nobody likes them. All they shot up the ladder at the Kingdom Hall with Jehovah's Witnesses. The weirdos shoot up the ladder. Nobody else wants them. Right? So they can spend literally every second of the day studying the Watchtower. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it, but it's a bunch of social retards who all think God is going to kill off the rest of society and just leave them to repopulate the planet. As dumb as it sounds, that's what this cult is. That's why it's a cult, is because it is as ridiculous as humanly possible, but you got millions of people that believe it. X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.